Lewis Hamilton retirement could have benefited as F1 team boss says Brit has done enough. One F1 team boss believes there could be an upside if seven-time world champion Hamilton decides he has had enough of the sport. The Formula One world is holding its breath while waiting for one of the greatest racers ever to grace the sport to decide whether or not he is going to step away for good ahead of the upcoming season. But one team boss admits he couldn't care less if the Mercedes ace decides to quit, even suggesting it could be a good thing. Lewis Hamilton is supposedly considering his options after losing out on what would have been a record 8th championship success last year in controversial circumstances. He looked the overwhelming favourite to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix with just a few laps to go, having dominated the entire race after overtaking rival Max Verstappen on the first lap. But then came the safety car which allowed the Dutchman to close the gap, and then the infamous calls from race director Michael Masi which changed the course of the title race. Mercedes boss Toto Wolff has already said his star racer is disillusioned by what happened and refused to rule out the Britain's retirement. Hamilton is said to be waiting on the results of an FIA investigation into what happened before making a final decision, though with testing less than a month away time is running out. Williams boss Jost Capito has become the latest person to weigh in on the ongoing saga, when asked by German media what he believes the 37-year-old should do. "I don't care about it, I don't really care whether he drives or not," was Capito's blunt response. "It's totally irrelevant, really totally irrelevant." He did go on to say, however, that it could be beneficial for younger drivers who might get an opportunity to race in F1 if the veteran steps away. "They always say there are not enough places for young drivers, and then I think, if someone has been world champion 7 times, he has actually done enough and could make room for a youngster, why not?" the Williams boss added. Despite that, though, Capito is wary of the impact that Hamilton's retirement might have on his former prodigy George Russell. The young Briton left Williams at the end of last season and is set to race alongside Hamilton at Mercedes, but that would change if the 2021 runner-up decides to retire. Capito admits such a decision would see Russell miss out on a unique and valuable opportunity to learn from one of the best ever. "For me, Hamilton should continue, otherwise, it would be bad for George," he continued. "Because then he wouldn't be able to beat him, and I think he would like to beat him. I wouldn't begrudge George that."